Peace, family. What's up? It's episode 18 of Ask Jay. I am Jay, working my own camera today. No cameraman or woman behind the scenes. I'm here in Baltimore, Maryland. I have a presentation to make for YMC, Young Minds Kin, our community coalition, where our first national chapter is based out of here in Baltimore. So I'm in B-More. I'm gonna start as usual. I'm just giving you a little background, right? So I'm gonna start as usual with a Ask Jay motivational message of the day, and that message is keeping commitments. And that message, even more than that, is values. Values is so important to the growth of us as people, to our businesses, and to us as a community, any community. Us as Americans, us as a country in general, right? But us as the black community, who's a large part of my constituency and who I'm intentional about repairing and uplifting, we got to step our values up. That'll help step our results up. And so when I say keeping commitments as part of our values, I'm talking about I have a commitment to you for 90 days to do a video a day of Ask Jay. So I did get tied up last night. I was going to do a video like last night, like so late at night, 1, 2 in the morning or whatever it was. I was working all night on marketing last night. So I have 5 companies, and I was creating the marketing strategies for this holiday season and then going into the new year for my companies. And anyway, long story short, I didn't get to the video last night, but before I go into church today, I'm going to New Hope Baptist Church to give a presentation for YMC. And before I go into the church, I want to knock out this episode 18 of Ask Jay. When I come out of church, I'm going to do episode 19, and that's the video that I'll have for you guys today. So in Baltimore, I just want to tell you that part of that is one, I'm committing to this Ask Jay campaign, 90 days of answering, your questions through YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, hashtagging Ask Jay, obviously. But on top of that, my other commitment is to the city of Baltimore and the community of Baltimore, where after the uprise after Freddie Gray, where I met with different citizens, different gangbangers, community leaders, activists, and they said they want to build a Black Wall Street type of district. And I said, let's do it. I have the wherewithal, the capacity to do it from a real estate development standpoint. From a social capacity, I have the ability and vision to do it as well, which is our African American repair curriculum. We're going to repair our community holistically, socially, economically, spiritually, culturally, right? Very, very comprehensive, but it's dope though. It's real tight strategy, and also politically as well, right? So in that, my eyes are watering. Excuse me. I'm not crying. So in that, our YMC board here, we have now 13 board members, and it's growing, and a lot of members throughout the country. And so New Hope Baptist Church, we met them coincidentally on a Black Wall Street tour while we were looking at a block in Harlem Ave that we were looking at purchasing, right, to redevelop. And so the church sits on the top of the hill, and someone said, an older man, 93 years old, I forgot his name, I think Mr. Bryant maybe? I forgot his name, I'm guessing. But he said, you got to get with the churches, man. The churches are the issue, the churches that aren't doing the right work, and they're a staple in a lot of these communities. And so coincidentally, that same day, we ran into one of the parishioners in the churches. He invited us in, and we've had dialogue back and forth for the last month and a half, 2 months. And now they've invited me to the church to give a presentation on YMC. And I'm going to honor that commitment. And I drove from New Jersey this morning to come to Baltimore just to give a presentation to the West Side community and New Hope Baptist Church on what our vision is for our community. So that's commitments on top of commitments. That's values, though. Like, I stand by my values. I honor my word. We say it, seeing Scarface, all God's my balls and my word, and all that cool stuff. But many of us say it and cliche it, but we don't live it. Your word's not really your bond. You say your word's your bond, but your word's not really your bond. You don't really back up your word. You don't really honor your word. And so that's something that I stand on within my company culture, within my businesses, within my personal life, and within my social work, is to back up what I say. And when I can't, raise my hand and say, hey, sorry, I couldn't do that, but here's what I can do, and I'm trying my best to back up what I say. It's all about values. We're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. Again, this video is not on the day you're supposed to have it. You're supposed to have this video yesterday, and my bad. I should have made the extra sacrifice to get you that video, but now we're going to double down today, make sure you get it. So it's all about values and commitment. So we're going to hop into our questions today. So I get to church. Craig Jones from Facebook said, my family and I are boycotting Christmas as well. But as I talk to family and friends, it seems like there isn't a strong, clear, unified following of our agenda. What are your thoughts on how to get everyone on the same page so the movement is extremely effective and successful? Hashtag AskJ. So Craig, I am working with the actual organizers of the Justice or Else movement and other organizations who are boycotting Black Friday and boycotting Christmas. And I'm going to be doing a personal brand webinar, so look out for the email. If you're not on my email list, get on my email list, j@jmorrison.net. I'm going to be doing a brand announcement, really identifying 3 reasons why we should be boycotting Christmas as one of my announcements. And just real quickly, really quickly, as my daughter says, that's the proper way to say it in English. It's not real quick or real quickly. It should be really quickly. Anyway, so lessons on lessons. So the reason why we should be boycotting Black Friday and Christmas is to make a stance to major corporations and their government partners, government friends, that people that have seen the injustice happening in the Black community for the last hundreds of years, and this last year particularly with all the murders caught on film and deaths and homicides and brutality, we got to take a stance somewhere. So why not affect their pockets, affect the lobbyists' pockets, affect the politicians' pockets, affect the corporations that support the politicians who make the laws and the policies? Why not affect their pockets and make a stance and say, hey, enough's enough, we're not supporting your business, and tank their numbers on Black Friday, which they count on to make, kind of a global impact. But I think even bigger is our gain, right? Saving our money, like not spending on Black Friday, not spending for Christmas. I guess even bigger than all that is, even bigger than saving, is that Christmas is not about spending money. Christmas is not about gifts. Christmas is not about spoiling your kids. Christmas was created to be about Christ and to honor Christ's birthday. So you buying your kids gifts has nothing to do with Christmas. The corporations want you to do it so they promote it on TV and in magazines and newspapers and through our culture so they can keep profiting off us. You giving your kids no gifts doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't hurt your kids. It actually helps you and your household, your finances, and your pocket. So our gain, saving our money, boycotting Black Friday and Christmas, that's our gain. The money stays in our pocket, your pocket. And so our gain is their pain. That's why. So just telling your kids, hey, you know what? No gifts this year. We're going to eat food with family. We'll watch some movies together. We'll play some games together. We'll read some African history or something. Do something constructive. Read about Jesus. Give Christmas back to Jesus. Even if you're not Christian. If you're buying gifts for it, you shouldn't be buying gifts for it then. If you're not a Christian, don't celebrate Christmas then. Don't buy no gifts anyway. But if you are a Christian or you're celebrating Christmas or you're celebrating Christ's birth, then honor Christ. Leave the gifts on the shelves, man. Santa needs a break, right? So let's get that message out there to our people. It's just common sense. Again, it's our savings. Why not save? Why spend? For what? Why? Okay, good. Anyway, said McGeechee from IG said, from Instagram, what's your thoughts on financing a vehicle? So here's my vehicle commentary. If you're financing a vehicle, it should be a vehicle that is older and has already hit its first couple years of depreciation. The first 2 years of a vehicle are really heavily when it's hitting depreciation. So that's when you should really finance if you're going to finance, or buy cash. You want to buy it when it's already kind of appreciated, probably 2 to 4 years in. So you don't want to do that with a new vehicle. Newer vehicles, if you want to stay brand new with the newest whip and all that kind of stuff, which I like to do, you want to lease. You actually want to lease the vehicle for a 2 or 3 year lease, so that way you can turn it in, renew that lease, and stay in a new vehicle while you've already kind of sailed through the vehicle's depreciation point, right? So you get to stay new, get the lease write-offs from the vehicle, have low down payments, but still be able to, ride in the latest if you want, or whatever the case is, but without suffering from severe depreciation of the vehicle. If you go ahead and finance that vehicle, soon you drive off the lot, it's going to depreciate, and now you're owning something that has instantly become a liability. Although there are still tax write-offs to that, but now you have ownership of it. And then you want to, when it's time to get something new, you're not going to get the value that you really wanted from that vehicle anyway. So that's my theory, and I've owned and bought cars, cash, and leased and financed. And from my own experience, what I've seen to be the most effective is to lease newer vehicles if you want to stay new. If you don't mind being a few years behind, 4 or 5 years behind, then it's okay to finance or buy cash with the, having already took on a lot of the depreciation. Let's see. I don't read these questions ahead of time. Like I said, I like being challenged, right, on the spot. Destiny Williams from Facebook says, "Who's my celebrity crush?" Interesting. I can't. She's married, so she can't even be a crush. It's not right. Beyonce, it's not right. Jay, sorry, it's not right. So, now I don't really know who would be my celebrity crush. It's a crush supposed to say a secret. I can't answer that. So, sorry, Destiny. So, Monica Franklin asked from Facebook, Brandon, pick better questions next time. Monica Franklin from Facebook says, if you had 24 hours to live, what would you do? Oh, man, that is the best questions in Ask Jay so far. If I had 24 hours to live, what would I do? Well, I have to be honest. I'd have to spend at least the last hours with my daughters. I mean, I love them to death. I love them dearly. So I'd have to have some crazy family time with my daughters, my siblings, my mom, et cetera, et cetera. I'd have to go out with a bang, though. And exactly what that is, I don't know. But in regards to my purpose here on Earth, I know I had 24 hours. I'd have to be somewhere on the White House steps or somewhere getting national news or somewhere doing something to make my case for the equality, the civil rights, the equal rights of black people in America, and how we haven't gotten it, how we so desperately need it, and we're crying out for it. And I'll make sure I film it all, Periscope it all, Snapchat it all, so it's documented forever, and you guys will forever be able to hear my voice and see my face. So something like that, but it would have to be historic, my last 24 hours. I'm gonna have some fun somewhere in there too, but more purpose than fun. Mark Williams says, what's the next city for Day with Jay? So we are actually, if you guys don't know, I do a Day with Jay group coaching, right? And so that is where we take 12 to 15 people. I spend an entire day with you. So I'm talking about, we go to breakfast, we do 2 property tours, commercial properties, residential properties. We do a lunch. We do a private boardroom where you get to ask me questions, break the whiteboard out, like a real intimate mastermind breakdown session, and they're awesome. I think the Day with Jay probably one of the best learning programs and services that we've offered as a company so far. So we picked out 18 cities for 2016, and we're going to be doing our Day with Jay private group coaching tour in 18 cities. So just look out for those emails. Make sure you're on the list at jmorrison.net. That'll be coming out really, really soon. Probably doing our brand announcement on November 15th. And then lastly, from Twitter, at JO87 says, Ask Jay, buying property in Boston is expensive. Any tips on what I should look for? Also, is it good to wholesale in Boston? We've already answered that question. Brandon, you're slipping. So I'm going to get on Brandon about that. We answered that in one of the last episodes. And no matter what market you're in, it's okay to purchase or to wholesale or whatever. Just understand the game, understand the market, understand how you play it. So I don't like that angle, right? The light, the shade's different. This way is better. So yeah. So any market, don't be scared of the market, but understand what you're doing. The only reason why we're fearful in investing is because we don't know what we're doing. So learn the rules before you play the game. You don't go on a football field not understanding what a first down is, what a safety is, and what an encroachment penalty is. So you got to learn the games of investing, whether it be stocks, real estate, owning businesses. You have to learn it before you do it. That would be the proper way to do it. And that's why in the Jay Morrison Academy, which enrollment will be reopening December 1st. We're starting with 5 new courses, but 6 total courses covering everything from credit, business startup, business mastery, residential real estate, commercial real estate, and stocks in the financial market. So we're going to tackle this all. We're going to make sure we get wealthy, Wealth Builders, JMA. I'm going to church right now to give my YMC presentation for our community. This is commitment, this is values, living in the flesh, JM. My tie should be up here. I can't do it with one hand. Well, anyway, JM, leading by example. Love y'all. Ask Jay, subscribe, comment below, like the video, and make sure you share it, please. Thank you. Peace. Is that a kiss I just did? I should have did this.